Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's pick a card reading, What's Next in Love. So let's just get right into picking your piles. Today, we're going to take a look at what's coming in next for you in love. Now, this could be a new person, a new stage in a current connection, a whole new chapter. Whatever the case is, we're going to take a look at what's involved, what energies there are, and what advice Spirit has for you moving forward. Now, remember, these messages are timeless and they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. So take a moment to just sit back and relax, ground yourself, and just allow yourself to be drawn to the pile that calls to you the most. Pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. When you're ready, you can go right to your reading in the timestamps in the description or pinned to the top of the comments. So let's just jump right into the reading for pile number 1. All right, pile number 1, let's get right into your reading. What's coming in next for you in love? The flame. So a fire, some passion, some desire is coming in next. Oftentimes the flame comes after a spark, right? So it could very well be that a spark you have with somebody is now really revving up. So the flame is coming in next. What are the energies surrounding this? A magical mindset. Yeah. We're going to take a look. We're going to go deeper. But a magical mindset is a real nice romantic sort of air, right? A magical mindset. It's that kind of love connection that happens when everything is just firing the way it should fire. It's like the beginning, oftentimes. It's believing in a certain kind of relationship coming and it being fulfilled. Intuition, that's what Spirit has to say about you right now. Intuition is at play. So follow your heart for sure, right? Follow your heart. So when we talk about a magical mindset, it's believing in magic. It's believing in things that are like unbelievable sometimes, right? And so a magical mindset in this connection, in this next stage in love for you is really a good energy to have because you're opening yourself up to all kinds of adventures, really. And along with that flame, absolutely, it almost feels as though something that sparked at some point that you may not have believed would ever flame up is now beginning to. So let's get right into your cards. A Knight of Swords energy, a Five of Pentacles comes in, an Eight of Wands. We have a Page of Wands, fearlessness, and finally we have the Ace of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have a Three of Pentacles. So it's been building. Absolutely. When we talk about a Three of Pentacles, at the bottom of all of this, in this pile, in this connection or stage, I would say, there's been definitely a buildup. Three of Pentacles indicates that mind, body, and soul has been put into something. You've been working alongside of someone, I believe. This may indeed be somebody that you work with even, right? And there's been this sort of cooperative nature involved. And now, of course, it's built up to a flame. So let's just jump right into your first energies. Knight of Swords and Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is interesting. Again, I do feel like what's happening next in love for you is that there was a spark that happened between you and someone that you may even work with, someone that you may work alongside. The two of you may have shared some kind of hardship or setback. There's something that sort of, I want to say, unified the two of you, connected the two of you, and it definitely involves an experience of loss of some kind, physical loss. Again, it speaks to a job issue, right? A job setback of some kind. And that Knight of Swords is there. So it feels very much like your person and you almost, because your energy feels like it's here too. It seems like the two of you are very, very similar. And so their energy with that Knight of Swords and your energy with that Knight of Swords is all about overcoming those obstacles. It feels like what's coming in next is there was a connection, or there is a connection that you have with somebody where the two of you may share some really difficult moments, and you're kind of fighting through those moments and getting through that difficult stage is kind of what has unified or connected the two of you, you know. And so, and along with that, that spark. Now, what's coming in next is that spark seems to be heating up, right? So we're going to get some more cards and see what's really going on here a little bit deeper. But it feels like that spark is heating up, and it's heating up as a result of the two of you working through something, either sharing an experience or a job of some kind. So let's go a little bit deeper. Knight of Swords energy. First card, Magician, and the King of Cups. Wow, yeah. So really solving a problem, right? So the two of you really work. There's a problem either that you were going through or they were going through. And the two of you sort of working together has been very magical. We already have a magical mindset. And then to clarify, we get the Magician. So it feels almost like this connection here is probably happened out of a difficult scenario, difficult time, maybe some turmoil, but the ability to get through it, right? The almost magical ability to rise above, cut through the obstacles or anything that's in your way. This could be a feeling that the two of you share. It's almost as if when you're together, you're unstoppable and things become quite surmountable, right? So maybe issues or setbacks that were a little bit too heavy to bear alone, somehow the two of you working together really is a magical moment. King of Cups comes in. Your person, I feel like, is the one who wants to be a King of Cups to you. So their desire for you is absolutely increasing. I wonder if your desire for them, right? So this is a spark coming into a flame, growing into a flame. That takes air, it takes communication. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like you're down for it. I feel like you're here for it. In any case, trust your intuition. Spirit does say trust your intuition. And we're going to go a little bit further on. Before we do, let's go ahead and cover that Eight of Wands, Page of Wands. So here we have some fire coming in. And again, it almost feels here like it's that moment. The two of you kind of agree. I think up until now, yes, up until now, the two of you have probably been working alongside of each other, developing a bond, a friendship. But recently, and I want to say the timeline for this may be in a very recent past or just about to happen, there's a lot of commotion and activity. Eight of Wands is Mercury, Sagittarius. A lot has been happening, right? A lot's coming in, a lot's been happening. And the two of you kind of, that Page of Wands, that kind of fearlessness, that desire to be unique. It may be that soul bond that the two of you come together and agree upon. It almost feels like whatever the two of you are sharing or going through really speeds up, ramps up, increases in some kind of way. There is some movement on that front. And that movement really impacts your relationship. And I think it also impacts how all of this is now growing into a flame and developing. I think part of the two of you wanting to necessarily be together or take that next step is does require some fearlessness, some courage. So let's go now with the clarifiers on this. Six of Wands. Yeah, there you go. And Judgment. So a win comes in. Somewhere along the line, whatever you two have been battling for, you get a win. And then what comes in is like, okay, now what? So a win comes in for you. You succeed. I think the two of you succeed. It only brings the two of you together even more. But now it's kind of like, all right, like, what do we do next? Are we ready to make that next step? Something about the two of you coming together, there is a pause, or there is either you are holding on to some issues of the past, or they may be holding on. You may be holding on to, I want to say, some pessimism. There's a feeling here that in order for you to progress here, you're going to have to shed some of your past, some of your baggage, and they will too, vice versa. That's what Judgment is all about. It's like a call. You now have an opportunity to sort of move forward with someone, but it does require letting go of some things. And some of those things can even be tried and true crutches that we may hold on to. Sometimes we hold on to things that aren't good for us, but we're used to them and they feel safe, right? So letting go of that, that's what Judgment is all about. You have a victory with this person. So there's definitely a push coming in. Again, I come back to Spirit mentioning intuition. Trust your intuition on this. Ultimately, you come out with an Ace of Swords, which is a whole new way of looking at life. It's a whole new outlook. It's clarity. something about this connection. This person may not be your usual person. They may not be, as we call it, your type or something of that nature. Or, this person that you are connected with here, where certainly the feelings are growing, may have been the type of person that up until now in your life has always been someone you would just keep as a friend. There is that affection there and that connection there, the deepness. But here there is a feeling that, along with that, that's that magical mindset. Like, oh, can I actually have a lover that's my best friend? Is this almost how it's supposed to go? Chariot. Yes, I love that. So chariot energy over that ace of swords. That new clarity comes in with the rebuilding of a new life. That desire to slowly but surely, brick by brick, begin to build a new life. That's that chariot energy. Chariot is also Cancer energy. Some of you may be dealing with a Cancer. So I love this, really. What's coming in next for you in love is that a spark, a connection that you have with someone as a result of a lot of trials and tribulations, perhaps that the both of you are going through, starts to roar into a flame, and it's undeniable. And I think you begin to really contemplate a relationship with this person. Let's go ahead and pull out your spirits of darkness and light. We're going to see what kind of energy might be helping you, or what kind of energy may be holding you back that you may have to overcome. So we're going to ask the oracle on that. Spirits of darkness and light in this situation. Mirror spirit, reflecting vanity, deflection. Spirit of the skulls. Melancholy, illness, depression. Interesting. Bunch of cards flipped over, but I'm not going to take 12 cards. And spirit of the fae, mischief, play, fantasy. Take that as it comes to you. Oftentimes these spirits are going to come out, and this message may only resonate in part. It will resonate with everybody a little bit differently, but as it applies to you, mirror spirit is all about deflection, reflection, and vanity. We have spirit of the skulls, that depression, melancholy, letting go of the past. Again, you guys are going through some difficult times. Spirit of the Fae, that mischief, play, and fantasy is there. You are going through some difficult times. And again, that's what I feel here. Something about, I want to say, adversity, some kind of adversity that the two of you are overcoming is initially the spark that that brings the two, or the circumstances, I want to say, circumstances or conditions that bring the two of you together. But it's definitely developed into more than that. So let's go ahead now and pull out your zodiac signs. In this way, we're going to see what kind of zodiac energy you might be resonating with. Now, this could be for your chart, sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Mars. It could be for your person. If you resonate with this reading, you're going to know who I'm talking about. And one card for Pisces. Pisces fell out. And if you do resonate with this reading, leave a comment in the comment section for the collective and share your story. Aquarius is showing up. Interesting. What else do we have? And Virgo showing up. So Pisces, Aquarius, and Virgo. All right, everyone, this is the end of the first pile. For the pick a card, what's next in love? Some of you have asked about my bracelets. These are from Otter Spirit, and I will leave the promo code in the description. It's just Bow and Arrow Tarot 20. You get 20% off these beautiful semi-precious bracelets. This is the Heart Chakra Love Trio, so rose quartz, rhodonite, and red jasper. So there you go, for those of you who have been asking me about that. And that is it. Now, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. If you want to stick around for pile number 2, let's get started. Pile number 2, let's get right into what's coming in next for you in love. The seed. Wow. So planting seeds. I love that. It's the beginning of something, the very, very beginning of something. So I wonder, what has recently happened? Who have you recently seen? Or what connection has recently just clicked in for you? Seed energy is very nuanced, but it's extremely lovely. It's sort of just that very first moment. And once it happens, and then it's gone, right? And you move on. Total connection is what it's all about. Wow. Okay, so the seed and total connection. So the very, very beginning of something strong. What does Spirit have to say about it all? attention. Pay attention right now. That's why I say, like, has something happened recently that was like, the planting of a seed, the planting of something, the planting of a connection, just the very beginning inklings of something. That's what's coming in for you in love next. So let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards out. This is beautiful. This is the very, very beginning of something. Now, it may have just happened already. The timeline is going to be current for you because these are timeless messages. But let's see what else is going on. Page of Pentacles, just the beginning. A Nine of Cups, there's happiness. Eight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So really the beginning of something, and the Emperor at the bottom. Very, very interesting. This is a real kind of physical, like, seed planting, right? So when we talk about the Emperor, I love Emperor energy. Emperor is all about new territory, new beginnings. The Emperor is divine masculine energy. But more than anything, it embodies that conquering new territory and becoming the master of it, right? Oftentimes, the Emperor energy can come in as an archetype when you are starting to sort of master and gain authority in a whole new lane in your life. This is also the card for Aries. Some of you may be dealing with Aries energy. So let's go ahead and get into the initial vibe here. Page of Pentacles and Nine of Cups, you're happy, right? Page of Pentacles is the beginning. It's like the desire to begin something new, right? So certainly wherever you have been emotionally up until now you are ready to begin to dip your toe into building something new. Nine of Cups is there. There's an enormous amount of happiness that you have, that you're feeling right now. And I wonder if it's because of this total connection, right? So somewhere there's a seed that's been sown. If it hasn't happened just this past period, it will be happening any day now. And it's a connection. It's a total connection. You're going to feel it and know it right away. There's going to be this sense of happiness and bliss there right away. So let's go ahead and go further with some clarifiers, because you're absolutely at a stage in your life where you're ready, right? You're ready to build. You're ready to work towards a relationship, whether you have been up until now or not. Emperor being at the bottom of the deck does indicate that this is a little bit of new territory for you. But let's go ahead a little bit further. Another Ace of Pentacles. More Pentacles energy. An opportunity has come in. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Right? What can I say, right? Two aces. Two beginnings come in to clarify the situation. This is absolutely a new love, a new relationship, the seed of a new relationship, total connection, absolutely a total desire to build a whole new life together, the opportunity to build a life together. Whatever's happening in your life and in this person's life where this seed has been planted, this total connection has been sort of forged, the two of you are absolutely ready. This is so brand new. It's a dream come true. There's happiness here. I really love this for you. I really, really do. And you're ready for it. What can I say? This is coming in. What else do we have? Eight of Cups and King of Cups. One of you has recently left the relationship. One of you has recently left the relationship, I want to say, and realized that the relationship you were in was not serving you anymore. And you really firmly walked away from it. Like there was nothing there. King of Cups energy comes in. A desire to have a true connection, you know. This may even be on the heels of a relationship. So listen, some of you with this energy, the way this is, made a connection with someone and you may already be in a relationship, but immediately when you made this connection, this current relationship you're in just vanished. I mean, it just like your feelings and desire to be in it vanished. Whatever happened between you and this person, this seed, right, that's been sown with this person, this total connection, if you are in a current relationship, that it just obliterated the desire to be in that. Like you don't even walk away with any kind of hard feelings. You're just kind of like, oh, I actually met the person I'm supposed to be with. Sorry, no hard feelings, but I'm gonna leave now. That's what it feels like to me. Certainly. And then immediately a desire to get right into this next connection. Ace of Pentacles is here already. You have twice now. Ace is coming in. Twice now. Six of Wands. A victory. And Three of Wands. More fire and passion. A victory comes in. Yeah. Some of you, this is definitely it was not a trio per se, but like this love connection was here. And I think that your person may not waiting, but they are certainly celebrating the fact that you are free and clear to be with them now. This is very much a realigning of who you want to be with. Yeah. What can I say? You know, that Six of Wands, that victory, that very public victory comes in. And then that Three of Wands as well. Like your person, it feels very much like for some of you, this connection with this person was a seed that was even sown maybe a while ago. And as a result of it, this love, this new love is coming in. You leave, like you leave wherever you're at. Whatever was holding you back from connecting with this person, whatever relationship or connection was in between, that gets left. And the two of you come together. There is kind of a waiting though, like signs, waiting for signs coming in. That King of Cups. I think you have this person. They are absolutely waiting to make sure that everything is right now. But the love between the two of you is like undeniable. We have so many aces, a whole new beginning. Absolutely. Now, for some of you, you may not have been involved recently, but you may have walked away from a relationship some time ago. But now, in this moment, when the seed has been sown with this person, this connection has been made, you've let go of any lingering connections to that past relationship. You kind of like the last little bits of healing have happened. So for some of you, it's not even so much that you have left somebody for this person, but it's that you are now in such a much better space, right? Whatever lingering pain that you may have been holding on to, or feelings of missing them, or melancholy, or not being ready to start a new relationship, all of that is gone and you really come out. And that's again why we have that celebration, that Six of Wands celebration. Really, really beautiful energy. And what can I say at the end? Again, Ace of Pentacles coming out. So most of all, this is a very physical opportunity that comes in to start a new life. The two of you absolutely may live together, begin to live together. You may even begin to be building a house together. You know, the seed comes in because I think for some of you, the seed may have recently been sown and connected, but it's like one of those things that can only grow. The connection was made. And I think the reason why it came in as a seed is that it isn't so much just a spark. Sometimes you get a spark with somebody and that has to, you know, it has to be flame, fueled, right? You have to fuel the spark and rise up to a flame. Pile number one had the flame. But with a seed, all it can do is grow. And so this is a really long-term longevity reading. And with that Ace of Pentacles, it's absolutely like manifest in real life. What do we have flipping over? King of Cups again. A lot of scorpionic energy, Cancerian energy. Really, really, really beautiful. So King of Cups coming in again. So twice over. Twice we have Ace of Pentacles, twice we have King of Cups. So absolutely, you know, clarifying that there is a new beginning with a sincere, devoted partner, someone who wants to be in a relationship and build towards something, and a very physical opportunity for the two of you to build towards that. And as I say, for some of you, if you are involved in a relationship, you're leaving it. And for some of you who've left the relationship quite some time ago, but it's been hard to sort of get over it, you get over it very quickly. This is a very, I mean, total connection. Almost, it feels here like it's almost like an understatement, right? When you meet this person, you know. I'm so curious. If you're resonating with this, please sound off in the comments because I'm really curious. you know, if this has already been your experience, let's go ahead and pull out your spirits of darkness and light. We're going to see what kind of energy might be supporting this connection or might be blocking this connection. Any obstacles? What do we have that flipped over? Spirit of the castle, a fortress, rescue, imprisonment. Wow. Interesting. What else do we have? Spirit of the rabbit. Fertility, smecks, and spring. And spirit of the swans. Well, swans mate for life, right? Spirit of the swans, grace and eloquence. I love that. And you can see, of course, spirit of the rabbit and spirit of the castle. All right, let's go ahead and pull out your zodiac energy and see what kind of zodiac signs you may be resonating with or your person in this connection might be resonating with. What else could I say? This is a beautiful reading. All these aces. I mean, it's absolutely, without a doubt, a new beginning. But again, that Aries shows up with that Emperor in terms of this is new territory for some of you who are resonating with this, right? Maybe even this kind of relationship or this kind of connection, having this kind of, making this kind of connection may be new territory for you. What comes out? Pisces. There's that Piscean energy because King of Cups is Piscean energy, Scorpionic energy, Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn, all of those aces of pentacles, that tracks as well. And what else flips over? Taurus, more earth energy. Really building towards something. Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus. I love it. All right, everybody, this is the end of pile number 2. Now, if you got something out of it, go ahead and hit the like button or consider subscribing to my channel. All of that really, really helps me out. Check my website out, bowandarrowtarot.com. A lot of blog posts on there, also PDFs, compatibility report that you can get just using your name, your cosmic chart that you can get, bookings, all of that good stuff is over there. And that is it. Thank you so much. Now, if you want to join me for pile number 3, we're going to get started right now. All right, pile number 3. Let's get right into what's next in love for you. You have the ring. Uh-oh. So somebody's going to give you a ring. And the ring is the symbol of a connection, right? The ring is oftentimes the symbol of a bond. Beautiful energy. So the ring is coming in. We're going to go deeper, of course. What energies are surrounding this? Leveling up. Well, of course, it's leveling up. If you're in a connection and a ring is coming in, then leveling up is exactly what's happening. So some of you, what's coming in next for you in love is a leveling up of your current relationship and a wish fulfillment. Is this something you've been wishing for quite some time? Let's go ahead and pull out your cards. This is pretty straightforward, right? You're leveling up a current relationship that you have. Somebody is offering a ring, right? And Spirit says there's a wish fulfillment here. So let's go a little bit deeper, though, and see what else is going on before we finalize this reading. We have a Magician energy. We have a 10 of Wands. It's been a long struggle. 9 of Swords. Wow. 2 of Swords, a decision, and 3 of Swords. Uh-oh. At the bottom of the deck, we have a 7 of Swords. Wow, there's a lot of energy here that is unsure and uncertain, and I dare say a little bit of toxicity. We have 3 of Swords energy, 7 of Swords energy. Right away, 7 of Swords is all about futility, doing things in an underhanded way. You know, oftentimes I talk about the story of the tortoise and the hare. You know, that old story, they race and everybody would think that the hare, the giant rabbit, will win because he's much faster. But all along the way, he's taking breaks and, you know, he's taking shortcuts and he's like, oh, I can get by. I can squeeze by. I'm going to win anyway, but I don't have to work as hard. And he ends up falling asleep. From all of his games, he ends up falling asleep and losing the race. And this is the story of 7 of Swords. Somebody or somewhere in this energy, there's a feeling of futility or a feeling of actions being taken in a way to undermine or to achieve something without the actual work being put in. We're going to take a deeper look. Let's go ahead right into it. Right away, Magician energy and 10 of Wands. So in one respect, yes, there is a leveling up here with this relationship in as much as it's been a long journey here. I think that this has been a long time coming, this next stage. You've been on a very difficult journey where there's been a lot that you've had to deal with. Magician energy is there. Everything kind of coming together the way it should come together. Nevertheless, it does feel to me like there's outside influences. There are other aspects here. So let's go ahead and get your clarifiers out because this is an interesting energy. On the one hand, we start off right away with the ending of a really long period of struggling, carrying responsibilities and burdens that may not have been yours to carry. There was something there, right, that was blocking your progress. Just carrying a lot. And it's the end of that for some reason in this connection. That's what's allowing that ring to come forward. Nevertheless, let's see. Six of Wands, a victory, and Queen of Cups. Wow. I'm going to say right away, I feel like this may be a ring that's coming in a connection that you've had with someone that up until now was not able to commit to you on that level. And what's happened now is that somewhere along the line, everything has finally finished or it's come to an end. That period that you went through of carrying certain things or being involved in certain sort of scenarios or dynamics that blocked this connection from moving forward is over. And so there's a victory here. Six of Wands, there's a celebration. Queen of Cups is there. Having stayed true and having stayed committed, I feel like that Queen of Cups is you. Like, you really put up with something for quite a long time, I want to say. And now it's like your victory is coming in. You have been sort of patient and supportive. It may even be that this person that you now who's bringing a ring, right? The person who's leveling up with a ring now, up until now, may have had responsibilities that they had to deal with that really impeded the two of you progressing. And you, on the other hand, rather than leaving, have always been sort of a rock and a support. That Queen of Cups is a deep, deep support. And now it's all coming together. There's a celebration. However, here we go. There is some worry. Nine of Swords, Two of Swords. There's anxiety here and fear and a difficult decision to make. Now, I wonder about that. Right? Are you also tied up with something? Is there something else in your life that is holding you back? Is there something else about this connection that is still holding you back? There is some worry and some anxiety and a difficult choice to make. I look ahead at that Three of Swords, which is all about, you know, betrayal, lying, deception. So I wonder, let's go a little bit deeper because it's interesting that you are at the end of a long period of struggling. You're at the end of a burden, a path or a chapter in your life that was a real burden. And yet you continue here to have anxiety and some fear about this next leveling up. It could very well be that it is outside influences that you worry about. Let's see what else. Wow, Ten of Swords, the end of strife as well. Another 10. And King of Wands, a decision. There's somebody else in your life that holds sway over you. I think you fear going back to them or having to deal with them. There is another person, King of Wands energy, who's in your life who's has a lot of control. They may be in shadow, meaning they may not be a King of Wands that has sort of progressed. They may be a King of Wands that is in their controlling phase, their jealous phase, their raging phase. Ten of Swords, another 10, end of a long period of struggling again, but this time the end of arguing and fighting and struggling with communication. Ten of Wands being the end of carrying burdens. But that King of Wands is there. It almost feels like to me that you feel like you might be betraying somebody by taking this ring. You may feel like there will be a backlash. It is a difficult decision to make. Even though this may indeed be a wish fulfillment for you, there are other considerations in your life. And it feels very much like making that decision is difficult. There is a worry and a concern. And there's an active working behind the scenes with that Seven of Swords. Some of you, yeah, I dare say that some of you might be dealing with the fallout from controlling relationships, coming out of a controlling relationship, or just the backlash. You know, you may indeed have been in this connection with this person who wants to level up with a ring, but there is some baggage here that perhaps you thought you left behind, but that is rearing its ugly head now that you are considering possibly marrying. For some of you, this may be a second marriage, and there is fear over the backlash from perhaps the first marriage or the partner left behind. Three of Swords is betrayal. So there's a worry here or feeling here of betraying or being betrayed, but I don't know that it's you. I think that you worry about betrayal, or you worry with that Nine of Swords, you worry about somebody feeling betrayed. This is a difficult situation. Yeah, you left. Listen, let me keep it real. Feels to me like some of you have left abusive situations, difficult situations. You're about to get married to somebody, and it's all the fear of it all is rearing its ugly head. Six of Swords. Some of you even traveled and relocated to get away from a difficult situation. For some of you, the whole process of getting away and leaving was part of this connection you have with this person. That Magician comes in because this person who wants to give you a ring, they may have played the role of a magician in your life in as much as facilitating you getting away, you marking the end of a long period of fighting and arguing and carrying responsibilities. Absolutely, this is what this reading feels like. What's next in love for you is an opportunity with someone else with a new life that is healthy and progressive, but you fear it. You fear their backlash. You fear, I think for some of you, there may be worry. Yeah, listen, these are only tarot readings. If you need to talk to somebody, call a professional. But you know, the energy on this is definitely that. It's heavy energy. It's an opportunity coming in for you to move ahead with your life. And yet there is baggage from the past in the form of people that you may not feel are going to let you live your life sort of energy. Yeah. But the wish fulfillment is there. Take care. You are leveling up. Let's go ahead and get your spirits of darkness and light and see what kind of energy might be helping you along here. It's just a fear though, right? It may not, it's not, I don't feel manifest here. I think it's just more anxiety, fear. Some of you may have anxiety about getting married again. What comes in? Spirit of the shoreline, calm, tranquil, or relaxing. Yeah, I think spirit of the witch, magic and sorcery at play. For some of you, certainly your history, spirit of the lighthouse, returning, guiding light, belonging. Your history, your past, past relationship, maybe even some trauma from a past relationship is kind of rearing its head here in a way in terms of anxiety. Let me just give you the spirit of the shoreline, that beautiful sunset. Show you these cards up close. I love these cards. I always get to show them up close. Spirit of the witch. Visually, there may be something that resonates for you. Spirit of the lighthouse. Oh, this one, calm, belonging, guiding light. Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to find. No surprise the camera had an issue. Let's go ahead and pull out your zodiac signs. See what kind of zodiac energy you might be dealing with. This is the, you know, you're marking the end. You're marking closure. What flipped over? Pisces. So Pisces showed up, I think, almost for all three readings today. I might do a Pisces love reading, so stay tuned for that on my channel. If I do, it'll be coming up shortly after this one. What else do we have? Libra energy. Yes, Libra. And we have Virgo energy, that earth. So Pisces, Libra, and Virgo. All right, everyone. This was a heavy reading. Do sound off in the comments if this is you. Yes, some anxiety here, but definitely what's coming in next for you in love is a ring. Somebody really wanting to resonate up with you and take that next step. And you certainly having a wish fulfillment, but probably dealing with a lot of, you know, residual energy, fears, anxiety, because of perhaps some baggage from your past. But now is the time to let that go. Be honest, communicate, open up, make sure, and always make sure that people who know you and love you know what's going on in your life. All right, guys? All right, this is it. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to comment and like, subscribe to my channel. All of that really helps me out, and I really, really appreciate it. It lets YouTube know that you like my content. That's it, everybody. Thank you so much. This is the end of pile 3 for this week's What's Next in Love. Pick a card, Love Tarot series. Check out the series in the playlist. There are a lot of episodes. But for right now, I wish you love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you all right back here at Bow and Arrow Tarot for your next Love Tarot reading. Bye-bye, everybody.